So here we are, 5 minutes with, and I'm today joined by fellow Rotarian Dave King, dispelling the myth that not all Rotarians are grey-haired retired people, because neither of us are. Well, I don't know about the grey-haired, mine's covered up today. We were talking earlier, Dave, because obviously everything's going now video-wise and actually managing meetings, and you wear two hats because you manage business meetings as well as all your student meetings, and I was really interested to hear how you manage them. So tell us more.
No, well, good morning, and thanks, Vic. Yeah, so I'm a university lecturer, but I'm also a journalist by profession. And so when you're trying to manage students, it's like trying to corral fish. You know, trying to get them to the lectures on time and to get their attention, it can be difficult at times. But I think because I've come to teaching from industry, where I was a newspaper editor, I think that's helped quite considerably, because I don't know about you, but I hate meetings. Absolutely detest meetings, because I think meetings are a short form for those who just want to sort of pass the time of day. And whenever I'm in a meeting, it's a bit like sat in one of those taxis in the traffic jam and you can see the meter going by and thinking, oh my God, I want to get out of here because I've got stuff to do. And I want to get home in time for EastEnders. So the challenge is always going to be, how do you manage your meetings? Now, in a business sense, and I don't know what your fellow viewers do, but in a business sense, when I have meetings, I always set a time when we're going to have that meeting. So as an editor, we used to have a 9 o'clock morning conference, and I say, be there at 9. Now, if you turn up at 1 minute past 9, you couldn't come into my meetings, which might seem a bit draconian. We didn't actually dish out red cards. But the view was, look, why should we disrupt and go back on stuff if you turn up late? So if I was going to get in late, someone else would take care of it. So we used to have that and a clock on the meeting as well. So it would be, for a morning conference, half an hour. For a 4 planning meeting once a week, it would be an hour. And I think that helps to concentrate people's minds, because for a start, it means people turn up slightly earlier, which is the whole point. So if you want to talk about what you did at the weekend and who you met, you can do that in the preamble. But then once you hit the meeting at 9 o'clock, bang, you're in there, and it focuses the minds. Because I will actually, and I used to do this, I used to stop at 9:30 in mid-sentence, say, right, that's it, we'll take that on tomorrow, and off we would go. And so it's about, I think, a discipline and a behaviour. And then secondly, to your second part of the question, how do you transfer that to academic and students? Well, you don't. I actually said to my bosses, can I actually exclude students who turn up late? I went, oh no, you can't do that. You know, these are paying students. So I do a couple of techniques. I actually, half an hour before the lesson, and I teach the sports at a sports institution, I start playing pre-records of football matches. So they come into there and they can see the weekend's games on the football, and they're chatting there. And then at 9 o'clock on the dot, we play a Kahoot quiz. 20 questions, highly competitive. And if those watching this video now haven't tried a Kahoot, just go and have a look at it. Kahoot.it/. Really, really good. You can play it as a quiz. There's polls and stuff like that. And it's fun to do. You do it on your mobile phone. Really easy to do. And it means I get most of my students, if not all of them, in there at 9 o'clock. So I think if you hate meetings like me, the key to success is being disciplined about it.
Mm. Oh, that's amazing. I mean, I love the Kahoot bit, because you've introduced me to Kahoot now, and I'm now trying to work that into my new DISC online program, because it's a great way, because you can personalize them. I mean, it's very strict what you say about meetings, and you say, you know, about, to me, meetings, you've got to have an agenda, I've got to have an outcome. I don't want a meeting for a meeting's sake. In fact, my ex-husband was famous for saying meetings should consist of 3 people, 2 of whom are absent. I think that's a bit... But I'm with you.
Brilliant.
I'm actually finding, now we've gone online, that meetings are a lot quicker.
Well, I think so. And I mean, I think this whole coronavirus has changed the nature of meetings now, hasn't it? And how we do meet. So, you know, during this whole period, we are still teaching, and I've got a law lecture to deliver tomorrow. And last week I had 50 students come online, and we did a Kahoot, by the way, because you can do Kahoot online too, on Zoom, and it worked really, really well. But I think Zoom is engaging in a way that's very different before. And I mean, just before we came on here, you were saying that you haven't heard many phone calls. People aren't calling you anymore because they want to Zoom.
Everything's on video.
So do you remember everyone says, when was the last time you wrote a letter? And we go, oh my gosh, I can't remember. Soon it'll be, when was the last time you made a phone call? Because we'll all be doing it on Zoom.
Yeah, it was. That Fat Larry's Zoom. COVID-19, we're all on Zoom. Right, that's been a wonderful 5-minute chat, so I'm going to finish it there. Thank you for your time today, but I will carry on chatting on Rotary.